Or a vanity hairdo.
Yeah. I can do some nice Photoshop. Yeah. Have us all.
Before we start, I have some books here. If people want some stuff on their laps to help write on.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Because there will be a lot of reflective writing and guided writing that we'll be doing today. So it was just too small of a space for us to all be at tables. Plus, I'm of the philosophy of kind of bunking together and do this work and we're a little bit more intimate. So.
Yeah, I'll talk about it better.
Yeah, there's pens behind me.
Yeah. Here, I'll stand.
Sure, why not? What about this one?
Yeah. I know. It did be a little helpful.
Anybody else need a pen? Everybody have pens? It's actually the first one. That's the first.
Is this for assisted writing?
Yeah. This is our laptop.
Yes.
This
This is a
is
full
for
service
these
workshop.
ask her really hard questions.
Yeah, make it please don't do that.
Anybody here need a hard surface?
I don't use it.
Hard surface?
Yeah.
And it's interesting reading.
So I don't know where the washroom is. Did you get yourself oriented to the washroom?
Would it be your first?
Yeah, maybe. Do you guys know where the washrooms are? Yeah, you know? You're all cool with that? Just around the corner here, just the second door on your right-hand side. So please, we're all adults in the room. If you need to use the washroom, please just do so. You don't have to ask permission or wait for the right moment or even just go and take care of that. Some people need a little invitation.
Coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
There's tea, and I know that the water out of the tap is good to drink, so you can just help yourself anytime to that stuff too. So, looks like everybody's got a lot of energy. Well, most people. Not everybody's got a lot of energy. You don't have to be any particular way. You're allowed to be tired or not quite here or a bit dubious about what today holds for you. That's absolutely fine. My intention for today, though, is to try and lead you through a number of directed exercises to help you go inside of yourself and connect with things that might be difficult for you to connect with on your own, just at home, thinking, writing, however you kind of do your thought processes about your future and what you'd like for your life. This day is intended to try and help guide you through some of those things. Personally, I find that a lot more helpful when somebody else is kind of creating a structure for me. And I also find it super helpful when I have folks around me who share a common interest and a common desire to try and look a little bit more deeply inside of ourselves and that we can help each other. So to me, that's kind of a simple formula in a way. It's us being together, doing some exercises, helping each other to think and brainstorm and think through roadblocks or obstacles or however we might want to be able to sort of spend that time with each other. A lot of the time is going to be fairly structured, but then when you break down into small groups and do paired work, that's up to you. You bring what you bring to the table, and you can make anything of these exercises that is going to suit best for you. So what that means is there might be parts that work for some people and parts that don't work for other folks, right? So some, for example, when I first started doing these Myers-Briggs personality tests, I have to be honest, I had a bit of like, oh, this feels kind of weird to me. That I was gonna do a test and they were gonna tell me who I was. Somehow this standardized thing of, okay, there's 16 personality types, so me and 50,000 million other people in the world are this personality type, supposedly. And this is how we're going to be in the world. And I was a bit dubious about it. And then when I got my personality type back and I actually looked at it and I thought, oh, right. That's actually me. So for me, I found that personally a very helpful exercise. And it may or may not be this case for you. So I invite you to just make this your own, basically. I invite you to make this process your own process. Have your doubts, have your suspicions, and at the same time, I really invite you to try and take your nice big brain and put it beside you for the day. Meaning, I don't want you to stop analyzing, but the critic, the critic that kind of doubts sometimes and goes, yeah, I've tried that 16 times, it never worked. Or whatever your critic happens to look like, that sort of judges things and poo-poos things and puts them aside, you're going to have that back at the end of the day. It's going to come with you for the rest, for every day, for the rest of your life. And in some ways, I'm inviting you to open up to something that might feel a little scoogey. Is that a word?
It is now.
You kind of get where I'm coming from around that, though, I hope. Of course, again, you're going to do what you're going to do, but in a way, there's an opportunity here for you to try something new. I think in a way we're all in the room because, you know, the stuff that we've been trying maybe hasn't been getting us where we wanted to go as quickly as we wanted to get there. So this process, for me, was personally a very enlightening process that really helped me in my life, and I'm here to kind of share it with you in a similar sort of way. So, we'll make it a little more. Let's see. Oh, I love this quote. This is by Richard Bowles, the guy who wrote What Color is Your Parachute? I don't know if some of you heard that book before.
Yellow.
It's yellow. Nice. And the book is back there if you want to take a look at the book. It's back there. He says, the place you are called is the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. And then here it is, and it's illuminated. I made sure there was a light on it. And took it off the art, put it on the coat. Just to let you,
Special effect.
it is. It's like it's a mind-altering device to try and get you to believe what I'm saying to you. And just to be clear about where it is that I'm coming from with this stuff, I know that for some of you you're coming in thinking, oh, this is going to help me find a job that's quite interesting to me. Maybe it's going to help me start a new business or develop my business in a different kind of way, or something along the lines of how am I going to make a living doing something that I'm interested in and passionate about, which is fabulous. By the end of today, you may or may not actually have that thing, that one, particular thing that you think is going to bring you that clarity of what your next steps are. What I'm hoping to do with you today is to create a sense of what it is that brings you alive and how it is that you can connect your aliveness to the needs of the world. Yes. All right, we're on the same page. This is a concept that I've been thinking and looking at very deeply for about the past year. And I just have a strong, sort of firm belief in it and want to be able to share it with you. Again, this may or may not resonate with you, but this is the place that I'm coming from. How can we find something that is alive in you? Some people use the word passion, but the word aliveness clicks for me because I'm not necessarily passionate about stuff, but I know when I feel awake, and I know when I feel curious about something, and I know when it is that I'm doing something and the time just passes, and I'm not really paying attention to the clock. It's because I'm engaged in something that is bringing something alive in me. And I also believe that it's really going to be impossible for us to do anything meaningful in the world unless we're being of service to something outside of ourselves. And again, that's a personal philosophy, and you do with it what you want, but I think that I'm most alive and feeling most that I'm contributing to something when I'm being of service to something that's a little bigger than me. So, just wanted to clear about that too. Any questions?
Sometimes I've heard the term vocation used instead of job,
Yeah.
and vocation might say a little bit more about like a calling
Yes.
to a service or something.
Lovely. I think that's beautiful. Thank you. Yep, absolutely. And we're all going to be coming in with different expectations of today. So we're going to do some practical stuff, and hopefully near the end of the day we're going to help each other brainstorm as well. What is it, if you can identify the things that bring you alive, and what some of the things are that you're concerned about in the world, how can we help each other think outside the box about how you can actually manifest that and bring that into action in the world? In small ways, in big ways, in medium ways, however that might look for you. So there's practical parts to today too. Yeah? Anything else?